Alright guys, what's up? Z-Warrior for Life here, back from Gencon. I'm going to show you what I ran at the Shonen Jump Championship tournament. This is not my deck, it is a friend of mine, Matthew Lowe. Him and his, I believe, cousin or a friend or someone has been working on this deck for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and just line it out here for you. Got one Hina, main board. Obviously against stuff that hates this deck, like Heart to Heart, Crying in Vain, World of Fire, stuff like that. I only put one in. I wish I would have put two, but one seemed to be all I needed main board most games. 3, Naruto Legacy of the Fourth for the draw power. 2 Gara Childhood, draw power. 3 Sakura, Determination. Every time a growth coin is put on one of my other ninjas, she gets one too, so that was a plus. Shikamaru, What a Drag. A lot of people, I don't know about a lot of people, but I know Thomas Cow, and maybe a couple others. But Shikamaru, What a Drag. Pretty much I would discard him from play to lock my opponent up one turn. And he comboed with Naruto. Naruto essentially, once turn 6 hits, I just burn one of my chakra to bring What a Drag is back, and then discard him again to keep them seized up until I won. 3 Clone. Obviously, search himself out, growth. Interesting ruling though. Apparently, the way Matthew Lowe and his friend played it was that if a ninja was put in play one turn, it couldn't be growth until the next turn. But the way the judges at the Gencon tournament ruled it, I could growth as many times as I want as long as I had Hinata Hyuga student on the field. Ran 2 Anbu, kind of put in play fodder for like their big attackers so that I could last until turn 6. But yeah, Hinata Hyuga student, like I said. They ruled her that as long as she's in play, growth coins are pretty much free range. 3 Suit, Guard the Desert Suit. Vital part of the deck to draw every time I growth, so if I draw into another guy, through his effect I can growth him again, all that jazz. 2 Kono Squad, because I could search him out with Clone, so there was no need for 3. Needed him for the protection though. The only games I lost was to the Naruto Cloaked, Tailed Beast, all that. Reinforcement if you have 10 or more chakra, Naruto, all that. Those are the only 3 that I lost to. Otherwise, this deck was a complete surprise to my opponents, and that's how it would win. 3 Toby, obviously, more draw power. And then 1 Sasuke, the, Overwhelming Vengeance. He was vital in a couple of my games, because this deck doesn't run any jutsus, so there was no point in chakra, so he was in there to make jutsus a playable card, or an unplayable card type for my opponent. I wish this had been a Freezing Eyes. I wish he had been a Freezing Eyes though, because Freezing Eyes, I could have sided him in over Freezing Eyes, and Freezing Eyes would have helped me against the Lightning decks that I lost to, because they were all like turn 1s and less. Just Super Pumpkina, Rock Lee, Naruto's mom, Kushino, Messenger Ninja, Clone, all that. Aqua's Memories, for the obvious, once they've been growth, they go to chakra. Play that, get them back, growth again. Sorry, not 3. 2 Drifting Clouds, help you cycle through your deck more, get +1 to draw into more growthers. 3 Tactics, search for anything in the deck. And this is one reason why I wish I had 2 Hina in my deck, because the one game I was playing that I lost to, that I was searching for Hina to discard a Moroku, she was capped in my first 3 battle rewards in the first 2 turns, so if I had 3, I'd have been able to discard the Moroku and win that game, but I ended up winning that match overall in Game 3. Bonds. Obviously, free growth coins, draw power as well. And then the other fun card of the deck was Reflection. Pretty much, I always had 6 cards in hand, so it locked down any ninja for being able to send out to attack. So this would buy me another 2 turns. And then Monster Research. Obviously, again, filter through the deck, search for, you know, anyone that or if I hit anyone that I'm missing, I'll just pull them, or if there's just more guys to growth into to draw through my deck more, I'll do that, and then obviously through Leaf Academy. So now the entire tournament, I did not play against the True Allies, a Mill, or the Toad decks the entire time, or an OTK deck, which is why my sideboard had 2 of these Kiba. I had 2 Hina sideboard. That after that game I lost, I put 1 more in. 2 Shino, stop against, you know, Super Rush, which I never played against because apparently I was just barely missing them by the table. Either that or they were sitting right next to me. I just needed a card last second. I couldn't think of a card to fill. And I put Yakumo, which I never sided in, which I wish I had put my Freezing Eyes. But yeah, that's the only thing that bad that happened, was forgetting Freezing Eyes in the sideboard. Yeah, it would have hurt my guys, but I would have just kind of played around it. Like, I would have figured out a way around it. 1 Drift sideboard, and then 2 comps. So, yeah, this deck took me 5-3. I had a lot of fun running it. I think with this deck, I actually seized up most of my opponents for 8+ turns, so that was interesting just to see them be frustrated because they couldn't attack. And Mills, like, I played a Mill deck after the event, and he was confident because by turn 3 I had like 10 cards left in my deck. He was confident, and he had 6 coins on Wall of Fire that he was going to mill me, but he could never go out to battle to activate any of his 1/10 attacks. He triggered Wall of Fire to mill me for 5, obviously, but I drew into my Leaf Academy and won. But yeah, this was the deck that I used at Gen Con. Had a lot of fun playing it, and if you played against me, I'm sorry. I know it's aggravating, but I like to play more fun decks than competitive, just to see how well I can do. But yeah, these are all my growth coins, my growth counters, and I ended up needing more because of how much this deck drew and growth itself. But yeah, that's the deck I ran. If you were there this year, I'll see you again next year. Hopefully we'll be playing just as fun of a deck. And until next time, check back for other cool videos.